Right when I wake up, I'm feeling way too much, hoping I can work my way around. Know I made mistakes, promises I break, but I'm just a man. Living's more than enough. I'm for battle and I never planned it. Don't wanna give it too much, 'cause whatever I give, more is taken. But I keep on living. But I keep on living. Living on a dream, right where I should be. Nothing could be better here and now. And even when it ends, another life begins. 'Cause I was just a man. Living's more than enough. I'm for battle and I never planned it. Don't wanna give it too much, 'cause whatever I give, more is taken.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the AfterLife SMP server. This, of course, is Season 3. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the previous episode. It was a lot of fun hanging out with Mario. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are back over here in the spawn area. As you can see, things have been happening. Hugh went ahead, it looks like, and did a bunch of these paths here. I think Skunk was helping finish them off, but things are looking really, really good. I don't think I've ever showed this either, but of course, all these spawn paths are now looking pretty good. And over in the industrial district, which we still have the mountain, which I haven't quite finished yet, I will still be doing an episode on the mountain at some point. I've got a lot of clips recorded for that. I guess, haven't gotten around to finishing things off. But as you can see, KB worked on some of the industrial path as well. And things are looking pretty dang good. I'm really, really happy, honestly, with how this sort of path design turned out. Of course, a lot of these paths were designed by Blonskuk. I think some others helped out with, but things looking pretty good, guys. Things looking really, really good around the spawn area. And I know I haven't really worked on a whole ton of spawn stuff. So today's episode, I have decided that we'll be working over in a place on the server that hasn't exactly gotten a whole lot of attention. You guys saw at the very beginning with the time lapse of taking trees down. We will be working on the games district. Currently, the only thing that's over here in the games district is the arena that was made by Blonskunk and KB. And as you can see, we have a lot of yellow wool here. We have a lot of different paths laid out, but we don't have any actual paths in. And specifically, the thing that's really been holding this place back is that there's no entrance. There's no entrance to this place, so there's no, I guess, kind of starting point for people to get their feet wet in this area. And that's what I want to solve today. I already have a design down for an entrance to this games district. I'm going to put it right here is where I plan to put it. And yeah, I think it's going to look really cool. I plan on doing some pathways today as well. And if we get some more time, I'm thinking we're going to try to do this bridge over here, because obviously a bridge still needs to go from this area, so from the residential over to the what is this called, the commercial district, and of course a pathway needs to come all the way up to the games district as well. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we've got ourselves an entrance to make. Let's get started with today's episode. So I figured I would switch some things up today, guys, and we're going to do a few progress updates, I think, instead of a time-lapse, since I've already done a time-lapse to start today's episode. But as you can see, the first tower is in. You can see all the blocks that we're using, a lot of different variations of quartz. I've been told, and you guys will see whenever it's done, I've been told this kind of looks like a Disneyland or a Disney World sort of build. So I don't know what you guys will think about that, but I could definitely see that. Actually, a lot of this tower, the basic tower design was done by me. Some of the details were done by Skunk. but and like the roof and stuff was as well. But I think it looks pretty good. I like the materials that were used in the roof. Of course, we've got ourselves some blue and light blue concrete and concrete powder. Added a little bit of a spire at the top, and I think it's gonna look pretty good when it's done. You can see the entrance over here as well. I don't have the trap doors, what are those things called? The pressure plates in place yet, but this is basically like an entrance to the theme park, the games district area. There won't be any sort of admittance fee or anything, but you can kind of just walk through then. I think it'll just make things a lot easier. And there Jake goes past me. Hi Jay, how's it going? Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, I think, and build the second tower over here, and I'll bring you guys back for another progress update when I've done that. And just a more few trapdoors, and we have finished, ladies and gentlemen, we have finished these 2 towers. As you can see, the 2 towers are now in place. They actually look a lot bigger on the server than I thought they would. Yeah, all we have left now is that middle piece right now. I added the campfires in the middle. I think that was actually Skunk's idea. It was a pretty cool idea. It has like a little bit of smoke up into the tower, and it almost looks, it really does look like the entrance towers to some grand place. So I definitely really like that, and I really like how these 2 towers look next to each other. But like I said, we've got one more thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. We have this middle archway to do in the middle. Now this took me a little bit to come up with because I wasn't entirely certain well, I guess how to do it. It looked too thin, or looked too big, or looked too awkward, whatever it was. So this is gonna take a little bit of time to get together and actually get to look right here on the server, but hopefully when it's done, you guys will enjoy it. So guys, that's it for progress update number 2. Hopefully, when I bring you guys back for another one, we will have this entire thing done. What do you guys think, huh? Not bad. I added some end rods hanging from this topic just because I think it fills the space a little bit and looks pretty cool hanging off the top. I think it's part of the reason people were kind of calling it Disney World and whatnot. But yeah, this is the entrance to the games district. It is now officially done, officially open, or whatever, and we now need to get working on these paths. That is what I'm going to be doing next. I think we're going to get some help from Square Mario and maybe a few others on these pathways. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on into it. Already, everyone, some progress has been made on this games district pathway. Got myself some help from Mario to figure out exactly what we wanted to do with this area, because as you can see, the pathway is only 5 wide in the middle with a border on each side, and this is what the pathway looks like, by the way. I think it's a pretty dang cool pathway, but we needed to figure out how to expand it on this side, and Mario decided, or he said, hey, basically, what if we do some sort of gradual inward sort of angle here? So that worked out pretty darn well. Added some benches, added some trash cans and whatnot here, and I think that this is looking pretty dang good. I was pretty nervous about how this transition would go over here, so I didn't really know how that would go, but I think it's turned out pretty dang well. But as we have here, I don't really know what to do for this right here, so I'm thinking we're just going to continue this pathway as is, like so, and see what we can, where we can go from here. The same sort of pattern that we had earlier, and just see if we can get that rolling with this. Like I said, I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know what all it's gonna entail, but I figured I would do this with you guys because I don't know. I think this pathway is pretty cool, and I want to get you guys' feedback as to what you guys have been thinking about the series in terms of what you guys have been liking seeing, what you haven't liked seeing, whether you want more time lapses and whatnot. Because I'm not entirely certain what I wanted to do. I've kind of mixed things up today a little bit, and I was hoping maybe you guys would have an idea as to what you'd like to see. So let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think you might want to see more of in these videos, because that would really help me out. Let's see how this goes. I think it is red next. I got all this concrete powder as well. It seems to be working. The only issue is there's no slabs for it, so that's probably not gonna work. We're probably gonna have to that's not gonna work. Let's see what I can do about that. And just like that, we have ourselves a little bit of a staircase going up. I just put some stone slabs in the middle where the concrete powder is supposed to go, because I don't really know what to do right there, and we don't have concrete. At least I don't think we have concrete stairs and slabs. There's probably a trick I can do. I believe there's a concrete powder trick I can do for the middle of these, but I don't remember what it is right now, so I'll have to do that a little bit later. But yeah, this is all I'm basically doing, guys, for this pathway. It's very, 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 very simple in terms of it's a repeating pattern. The pattern itself isn't entirely simple, but it is a repeating pattern, which makes this a lot easier to lay down here. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and continue working on this pathway, and I'll give you guys a progress update with how the pathways have ended up in just a moment. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I have finished the pathway all the way up to the arena up there. We can kind of go along this pathway. You'll see it as we go along here. Obviously, we have this alternating pattern. There is a very strict pattern here. You'll see around here, I have these bends, these little curves in the pathway, and this was definitely the hardest part of this pathway. I still don't think I did it right, so if any of you AfterLife members are watching this and you have any suggestions for the pathway, feel free to come and help me out with these little turns here. And any of you guys who are watching this video, if you see this and have any suggestions for these curves, let me know down in the comment section below. I know I don't think for these pathways we're trying to go very rigid with them, so like in a square shape. We are trying to do a little bit of a curved pathway, but with this pathway in particular, it's very difficult to do that. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we are supposed to be doing sort of like square, rectangular shaped hard corners, 90-degree corners, but this is what I tried to do, and I think it turned out okay. It's not great, but I think it turned out okay, and it shows that there's a pathway here, and it kind of fits the theme. So that's the majority of what I wanted to go with on there. But if you guys have any suggestions for me, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. But ladies and gentlemen, there is actually one more thing I wanted to do with this pathway. We still need to add ourselves some lights, and the group has decided on lights for this pathway. I think we're gonna put the first one right here, I think. So basically, it kind of goes something like this. We put these here. We have ourselves, I'm gonna go with this block right here. Maybe it's a stone brick here. I don't really remember. These are things that have already been done and designed by other members. I'm just kind of building them on the pathway now. We've got 4 stone buttons around the side. We have ourselves stone brick wall, another stone brick wall. I can get on top of there. Looks good. On top of this, we have ourselves a smooth stone block with 2 not upside down, regular side stairs on either side. And we have ourselves 2 lanterns right there, like so. And that is all that this is. I think it's a smooth stone block down here. I'll have to double check that. It might be stone brick, but that's all this is. And I was actually thinking it might look a little bit better with that stair on the end. Does it? I don't know. I'll leave it as we already designed it, but yeah, I think that this looks pretty darn good. It's a very nice little lamppost design, and all we've got to do, guys, is put a few lampposts around here. I'll probably add a few benches as we go along as well, see if I can get all that kind of stuff done, and I'll see you guys with a progress update on this pathway in just a moment. And I've put in some of the lamp posts, as you can see, adding a few benches down here as well. As we go along this pathway, you'll notice it. I tried to do the same distance apart that we had designed on the creative server, and I think it'll hopefully work out pretty well. If it doesn't on the survival server, we will change things up, obviously. And of course, as you can see, benches all along across here with these trash cans as well. And I've already put out some I guess laid out some areas for some pathways as well. I'm not going to be doing those today. Obviously, we have plenty of time to do that. There's only the arena over here in the games district so far. So once people start adding their own games and whatnot around here, it'll make things a lot easier to, I guess, fit together and to see exactly where pathways should be going. Because, I mean, on the server in general, in terms of spawn, if we go fly around spawn, we actually went ahead and did a lot of the pathways first. Bar a few areas like this area, we didn't do the pathway first, but we did some of the pathways first over here and just kind of put builds around it. I guess since we put in a lot of these main pathways, we sort of, I won't say got lazy, but I guess decided to put in the buildings first and whatnot. So yeah, all this stuff is coming along though, and I think it'll do wonders to have some games over in the games district, like I said, because it'll make things look, I think, a lot better, a lot more full, and it'll make a lot more sense to have these big pathways going here and there. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're not actually going to work on the bridge today. I will save that for another day. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up here for today. I am out of time. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of AfterLife SMP. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and are not already subscribed. And remember, guys, hashtag Team Turtle is the best team on the server. Don't forget that. But anyways, guys, take care. And I'll see you later.